What is happening, everybody? DrumForestDrum here, NieR Automata here. Let's just jump right back in. So, if you take your minds back like a whole 2 days, that's all it about was. If you go back 2 days, maybe 4 days, maybe 3 days, however many days it was since the last episode, then you will remember that we did that final sub tower. And a lot happened. Like, it was a fairly longish episode. Like, we did quite a lot. We fought Operator 210, and we beat the hell out of her. You know, we beat her up. We beat her up good. That was a good fight. I enjoyed that. And then she was actually about to kill 9S, I think. I think like she was probably going to go a bit crazy and kill her. But then A2 showed up behind and just stabbed her loads of times and just nailed her. And then 9S fell off of something, and and then he disappeared, and then A2 fought this big robot with like stretchy, like loads of little robots, which made him look like he had stretchy arms. That was an interesting fight, real easy, and loads of little robots kept calling him Big Brother, and then A2 just kind of annihilated them in the cutscene. And then we ended it there because the episode was getting pretty long. It was becoming a fairly long episode, but a lot happened, and it wasn't really anywhere I could stop in the middle, you know. So much happened, and I loved it. It was great fun. So now we're back, and I think we can go in the big tower. I'm gonna just save it here, just to you know, keep things easy. Are you ready? Big tower, here I come. I love the music in this game.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Tower System Services. We apologize for the inconvenience, but locks on each sub-unit must be deactivated before accessing the main tower. Have a great day.
Oh, the subunits, these little ones here. Like this one, so if I were to go... Oh, shit.
Tower sub-unit access granted.
Like that. I see.
Tower sub-unit access granted.
Yeah, it is, because I am the best. I did all the towers.
Sub-unit access granted.
I did all the towers. Now let me in.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Tower System Services. We apologize for the inconvenience, but locks on each sub-unit must be deactivated before accessing the main tower. Have a great day.
Am I missing one? I've done all the subunit towers. Look. Look, it even just said, look, subunit done. Oh, I've actually now got to go hack the subunits. I see. So I open it, and then I got to hack it, and you know, it just takes a bit of time, you know. Damn hacking games. Screw it, I'm just going straight through. I'm just ignoring all those. That was, yeah, not messing about with that. Right, okay, one more, guys. We got this. We got this. Easy. Easy. We nailed it. Right, okay, now it's literally done.
You've unlocked all of the sub-units.
I know I have. Now let me in.
That means a special prize is waiting for you inside the tower.
I want the special prize. Oh.
Alert. Enemy caution level rising. Cause is most likely concern over Unit 9S gaining access to tower.
Out of my way!
Holy hell.
Damn it! They won't stop coming!
Alert. Allied signal detected.
Allies?
Hey, ladies!
You?
My friends.
9S,
Oh,
we've been expecting you.
maybe they're not my friends. Oh, yeah, okay, they're my friends.
The two of us will take things from here. You need to open the door to the tower.
Okay. Just keep them off me.
Devila? Popola? What are you doing here?
Remember your promise?
What are you talking about?
Come on, 9S. Hack in while you can.
None of this makes any sense!
We'll explain everything once we're inside.
Okay, so there's obviously something going on here that, you know, you just don't know. And I definitely don't know. Yeah, you best keep them off me.
We've got this, 9S. You just focus on hacking.
I am. It's taking a while. It's a long one. Ready? You ready? Here we go. No way. I ain't messing about. Ah, I died. Excuse me? I gotta kill everything. Oh, I had to kill everything. Dang.
What's this barrier?
Analysis. It is part of a closed defensive system.
Well, how do I break it down?
Hypothesis. Unit 9S could permit its self-consciousness data to lose control. The resulting energy surge has an acceptable probability of temporarily paralyzing the barrier.
That's almost as bad as not going in at all!
What happened?
It's the barrier.
Popola!
No, don't! You can't do anything! The wall's got a self-closing algorithm!
Devil and I, we have to atone for our sins no matter what!
But if you do that, your circuits will...
Devil! Right.
Devila!
I hope you don't regret this.
I want to know what they were going to tell me. God. I thought I was going to get some deep and hidden meaning there, and then they just, you know, I assume die. I assume they probably die. Oh, yeah, I want to open it now. What's going on? Ooh. 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 A dusty wind kisses my cheeks. Buried in sand, we press forward one step at a time. We have nowhere else to go, after all. Because our models, the Deviler and Popola models, are defective. Oh, defective! Oh my god, they're so defective! 9S isn't getting much better. Transitions in the project initial phase. When first we woke, there were still people. They had flesh, egos, emotions, souls, and they issued just a single order. Function as observers of Project Gestalt. This is the sole mission of the twin Deviler and Popola models. It is the only reason we exist. We were the latest models, though many companions shared our appearance. There is a kind of sparkle in all of our eyes, a sense of pride at having been entrusted with humanity's future. Excuse me. And then there was anxiety as well. But we existed as a pair, we shared destiny's burdens as a pair, and because of that, all hesitation was swept away. Each pair was given their own cities as observation areas. We were ordered to guide the replicants with our own hands, all for the sake of the promised time that will one day arrive. We were the only ones who could handle such a duty. We were observers, after all. Watch out! Deviler struggles and falls off soft yet unforgiving sand. I hurry to her side, and with a sigh of relief when I find she's not seriously hurt. You alright? Sorry, sis. Guess I spaced out there for a moment. She smiles, the same wry smile I know so well, as she rubs absently at her leg. It was wrapped in white bandage. Your bandage is coming undone. Here, let me change it. It's alright, Pillar. Okay, man. We have to go before we lose the light. We won't be going anywhere, and the sand gets into that thing. Now we can't winding, and it'll be quick. Devil grunts and turns away. I take it as consent. Soon we are resting at the shade of a nearby rock as I pull the bandage free. Artificial skin, torn and bloody, peeks out from beneath the bandage. Judging by Devilers, I want to know what happened. Okay. Okay. Good. Oh, I see. I'm meant to be picking one here. Let's check the circuitry. As expected, wiring in the nerve circuitry has been damaged. Replacing it will require new connectors as well as some tools. None of which is easy to find in the desert. Sorry about this, sis. That wry smile again. It kills me every time. Don't you dare apologize. You've done nothing wrong. I calmly change the bandage, trying not to let my worries show. I make it tight as possible so sand can't slip inside. It's all I can do until I get the proper materials. I'm sorry, sister. Okay, now you're apologizing. We both apologize while insisting the other apology isn't necessary. Kind of funny in a way, such a trivial exchange under circumstances. We laugh together, the sound echoing as across the desert before we stolen a car. There has to be some way to prevent relapses. Deviler's sharp voice echoes through the private quarters. You must be quiet, sister. The replicants will hear. They wouldn't understand even if they did. That might be true. Annoyed at my hesitation, Deviler crosses her legs and scowls. The black scroll took another victim. Yes, that's three this month. It's spreading way too fast. Let's wait to see what happens. The black scroll. I wonder what that is. Tired of hearing you say that. Her shout makes me jump just a little bit, enough to notice. I wonder what the black scroll. I'm sorry, sis. It's not your fault. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. It's okay. I understand. It's all going wrong. You can feel it too, right? When I was first assigned to the Project Gestalt, I was over the moon with pride, but now my chest hurts just to think about it. If I were to fail, or if it were to fail, but we knew it, the replicants had gained a sense of self, and the Black Scroll started raging out of control. Or is the Black Scroll what's turning everyone infected? It moved fast, so fast, like a wind. Like that. That's my wind sound. Popular and I would go to the observation room and act like it was all okay with the replicants and didn't walk over the world. I'm glad you were with me, Mervyn Popular. I couldn't have handled being an observer all alone. We were out to reply softly. Did the humans see this coming? Is that why we were made twin models? We were really so clever. Were they really so cruel? I couldn't have done this by myself. I would have descended into madness. I simply couldn't bear such a burden all alone. When I get the chance, I'm going to try contacting another city, she says. Maybe these abnormalities are a localized phenomenon. I pray that's the case, I reply. Even if there were no cells, things would still work out. The observers can pull through. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. But it wasn't okay. Nothing was okay. All thanks to a pair of Deviler and Popular models from another town. Okay, this is going on longer than I thought. The wind rubbed my cheeks. The sand grazes my skin. I'm cold out here. We walk to a new purpose, hoping that the lost time Deviler loses her balance. So this is another Deviler and Popular in another town, I think. Is your leg alright? Well, I doubt I'll be dancing anytime soon, but yeah, it's fine. She smiles and says this, but the time comes left, and yet she continues to smile, so I worry. I remember when our resistance allies injured her leg. I was furious. Beyond fury, I wanted to scream and cry and lose myself in it, but then she smiled, and all of that rage just drifted away. To think that I have the time face, yet such different smiles. There is so much goddamn writing here. I'm sorry, everybody. One day I realised how she reminded me of the martyrs I'd seen in old records the other day. Popular and Deviler. Oh, record of Project Gastalt's End. Okay, come on. This should be finishing up. Our role as observers ended on the day Project Gestalt collapsed, all due to the actions of Deviler and Popular models from another town. It's always from another town. With the original Gestalt lost, humanity was doomed to an inevitable extinction. Knowing this, we gathered what remaining replicant data we could find and launched it into the surface of the moon. And though success was as unlikely as finding a lost sand grain in the desert, we still had to attempt it. We still had to try. I missed that last line. Other androids, beholden to that same instinct, began to direct their hate to Develer and Popola models who snuffed out humanity. Oh, they snuffed out humanity. It started small, a few offhand remarks, the occasional glance, but even the smallest things have weight, and with enough of them combined, the weight eventually became boulders. Emotions boiled over, remarks became joys, and soon enough, my sister and I were the perfect target. It was them who killed humanity with this black score. I can't even remember the name of what it was called now. At first we simply accepted the fate that our friends turned on us. It was almost unavoidable, I suppose. We were observers for Project Gestalt after all. And while we didn't cause it to fail, the people who did, well, they looked just like us. So we accepted it. We took the resentment and scorn we endured. But as crazy as it sounds, I think we actually felt responsible. We moved from town to town in an effort to avoid persecution, but in one such town, my seemingly infinite patience finally broke. My sister Develer met with unprovoked violence at the hands of a resistance member. She said something in response to his taunts. Something quiet. And though her words were ambiguous, he slashed her leg nearly in two. My vision narrowed, everything went red, and then she smiled at me. Okay, sis, there's nothing we can do. But it was too late. My emotions were no longer in my control. I'm simply not strong enough to stand aside and let the most important person in my world come to harm. Deborah and I left the town that same day. Violence like that wouldn't stop. It was going to happen again, and it wouldn't be coming from just one person. So rather than let them kill us, we ran. I guess it was the greatest resistance I could muster. Oh, we lose sun, dark clouds overhead. We return, cold wind blasts us, stealing. Yep. I smell rain in the air. We continue our march. Sometimes we hear animals howling in the distance. It makes us flinch every time, but we continue our march because even this is better than suffering at the hands of our fellow androids. Why must we suffer this persecution? I know that some of the androids doom humanity, so I understand the part, at least a little anyway, but at the time we are not them, we're not the same, and we are who we are, and that Develer and Popola who they were. That's how it felt when I saw Develer being hurt. I want to shout, I want to scream. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Develer, and for her there's only me. No one can take her place. Rain falls from the sky. It stimulates our sensation nerves like cold needles. We need maintenance badly, but that's a pipe dream, I suppose. No android would dare help her repair, blah, blah, blah. Are you cold, Develer? I'm alright as long as you're with me, sis. I feel the same. We press our bodies together and try to retain heat. It's cold now, much worse than the searing heat of midday, but we then just smile and just keep pressing on. And yet I wonder if there's anywhere on this planet that will take us. Hey, what's wrong? It's nothing, don't worry about it. I do what I can to suppress the anxiety in my chest and keep walking. The rain grows worse, it lashes at us without pause. Is this our punishment? Touch her cheek. The rain flows down her cheek like tears. I reach over and gently wipe it away. She smiles, but seems... There's no point in doing that, you know, she whispers. But there is, because I swore to myself that I would stay here with you forever. For that is the fate we twin androids have been assigned. Okay, well that was that. Right, so the human race died because of this Gestalt system collapsed. Reprogrammed to generate constant feelings of guilt.
In which they were referred to as administrators.
I see.
Query: why do the androids Develer and Popola seem to prefer death over surviving alone? There was a very high probability that at least one could have escaped.
I hope you never have to understand.
Affirmative.
Saving possible. Saving is possible.
Query: why does this tower possess an entrance at all? All material transport takes place via aerial vehicles. It is irrational.
Yeah, it is irrational, but I want to say for... You just said saving possible.
Infiltration route to be so easily accessible. Hypothesis: entrance is a trap.
Yeah, I want to save. Thank you. Right, guys. I think I'm going to end this episode there because I can see going through that door is going to really kick off a lot of stuff, and we're already at 20 minutes, and I think if I go in there, this episode will end up being really, really long. So I think I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger. Sorry that the last sort of 5-10 minutes was just constant reading. I did find it quite interesting, even though I sort of read it very rushed and everything, but I did actually find what it was saying quite interesting. So those twin models, like there were loads of them, they were looking after Project Gestalt, it collapsed. The fact that the project collapsed is what killed the humans, and therefore all them twin models, Popular and Deviler, I think their names were, I can't even remember now, got shunned by the other androids, and therefore those last two, like they got taken out of production, and those are the last two, from what I can tell. And they had a memory wipe. But not only did they have a memory wipe, they were made to have a constant feeling of guilt programmed into them. That's kind of dark. I mean, that's really sad as well. But yeah, so it's nice to actually get a bit of backstory on them. I do like that. They've given that. Although, you know, a cutscene would have been nice, but, you know, reading's fine too. But thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I'm really glad to be jumping back into this series. I'm really enjoying this game still. I hope you guys are too. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think, tell me anything, tell me if you hate it, tell me if you love it, tell me why you hate it and why you love it. If there's any other games you want me to start playing, tell me. I will look and jump into those games. And yeah, I will see you in the next episode. Take it easy, guys.